Hey, hello. Thank you for coming to Tori Magoo 44. Today is the 2nd of September 2011, and I have a very, very exciting thing for me, and I think for all of you that it's really great. Tony Ortega with the Village Voice in New York has started the top 25 people crippling the Church of Scientology. And as of yesterday, moi and many wonderful people are number 14. So I'm going to put the link down here so you can click on it and see it. But I want to thank everybody that's part of my YouTube site because you all have definitely helped. And to everyone that is part of number 14, I also want to thank you because there's some amazing people that are part of that. I mean, it was totally shocking to me. It was, an honor, honestly, really, really great. And Tony, thank you so much. Tony, just so you all know, did my very first article in the New Times LA back here in Los Angeles. He's now moved to New York City and runs the Village Voice. But back then, he wrote for the New Times LA and did an article with me about Andreas and sympathy for the devil, which you can Google and see that. But he and I had a great time, and I finally had a party for him, gave him an award for courage in journalism because he has been exposing their abuses for a very long time. And it was really wonderful the night that I gave it to him. So because his father had passed away, and he said, my father got me into this and this really, into writing, and this really means a lot to me. Tony, I really love you, and I'm so happy you're doing this. I know it's a ton of work, but you know what? It's so valuable to see all these people and all the stuff every single person has done in number 14 and in all the other ones. And I'm excited to see what the next 13 are going to be. Anyway, there's that. You know that I started Escaping Out in 2000. I said I wasn't going to speak out, talk, do videos, anything. But thanks to the Church of Scientology, and they kept picking at me, I finally went, you know what? I got a voice too. And started speaking out, and it's never been the same since. So to the young man who put his camera on the van I was sitting in trying to cool off, thank you. I know you didn't mean to create one of the number 14, but you did. It's very, very funny. So anyway, it's kind of wonderful. I started out, once I left, Bob Minton handed me a laptop and said, start telling your story. And I did. I started writing my story, and a ton of people were against me, both Scientologists and critics, because they thought I was with OSA, which I am not. As soon as I left, I was like, I left OSA before I left Scientology. I had actually, once I realized what they were doing on the internet with the phony accounts I had been opening up, I said, I didn't get into Scientology to do this, to stop free speech. And so I quickly, just on my own, left there and was on my own. That's one correction on it, because he says I was posting on the internet, and I was not. I was posting on the internet for 4 weeks. That's it, for 4 weeks. From June until July, I think 18th, and I escaped out on the 19th. So it was like 4 weeks. I made 4,000 posts in 4 weeks. I wasn't really pounding on the critics then. I don't even know what I was doing. I think in my mind I figured they must know something that I don't know, because there were so many people, and I just kind of went, I got to find out what they know. And so I was posting all these like knucklehead, just nothing posts, right? And then all of a sudden, Andreas popped in and said, nobody can understand what you're writing, because I was erasing all the little lines between, like, Andreas said something, I'd say something, and there are all these arrows between it on the news group at the time, and I'd think, who needs all these arrows? And I'd copy-paste what I wanted to say and put it on there. And it all just clumped together, and nobody could tell who was saying what. So he taught me how to format that, and that was the beginning of, wow. And as he pointed out, and it's true, he wasn't the beginning of me waking up. He said, you've helped yourself wake up. And he's right. I was waking up for 10 years before that. So anybody lurking, I can't say it enough. Go to bookstores. Go to the self-improvement section. Start reading books. It doesn't have to be something against Scientology. Just read different books on self-improvement, because you know what? There's a lot of fantastic information out there. And the more I would read, the more I would think, wow, this is so simple, so easy. It was $19 if I bought it versus $22,000 or $40,000 or $100,000 in Scientology, and it has way better tools. So I can't say it enough. If you're in and you're trying to sort things out, go read some self-improvement books, because really what it did, this is what I think is true. It slowly stripped off the mind control. You know, because it's sort of like it's putting in truth versus their BS. In truth versus their BS. I didn't know it at the time, but by the time I was ready to leave, I was done. That was it. I've never had a thought about going back into the Church of Scientology. I never would. I told Bill Yachty, my auditor, they flew him in to handle me. And I said, you know what? You could pay me $1 million and I will not pick up those cans with you all. And it's still the same. I would not. And Yachty, if you're listening to this, get out. And Harold, if you're listening to this, get out. You have to know. You have to be able to see it is a giant hype. There couldn't possibly be this many people out here and declared. It's way more than what Hubbard said. I'd love to see what Hubbard even had to say about this, because it's so much bogus bullshit at this point. And I really, really hope you guys that are in see this and get out. Yesterday, 2 people called me that are in and are ready to leave. People are hopping and popping. They're seeing the information, they're seeing the videos, they're waking up, and you are welcome to come on. We would love to have you, no matter who you are. So anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic, it's Labor Day weekend for us here in the United States, and wherever you are, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And please read the links. I'll put them in here so you can see them, all right? And congratulations to everyone that's part of 14, number 14. It's 14-40, it's 44-14 logging out. That's all. I love you guys, and I thank you. Bye-bye. And thank you to everyone, because this is mostly people, you know, there's tons of people that may not get mentioned. And I want to just say to every single person, everywhere, who's helped in any way expose these abuses of the church of Scientology, which it isn't a church, it's a business. I thank you from the top and the bottom of my heart, and so do many parents, and so do many children. And if you are disconnected from anyone in your life, I can't say it enough, we connect. Because that church could care less about you. And as soon as you're out of money, they're out of you. So move on. I love you. Bye-bye.